Hey everybody, it's Josh the 98 Know-It-All coming to you today because I want to talk about a few things that have been coming out the last day or two. A lot of discussion about Machado and Harper, and honestly the question is who cares at this point. But I want to read a couple of tweets I've been seeing, a couple of things that are coming out, just kind of give my 2 cents on it. Because if you're watching this now, I want to say thank you right off the bat. We love doing this. Season's about to start. Pitchers and catchers have already reported, so you got a lot of great pictures, videos coming from the different teams in Arizona and in Florida. So I'm loving that, enjoying it, watching video of it constantly all the time. So it's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying that part of it. But there's things going on that are making me mad, a little frustrated. And one of the first things is a tweet that was put out by Justin Verlander. I'm pulling it up right now. And this one, I like Verlander as a player, and I'm sure he's a decent guy to be around. But this tweet that he put out, it feels like he's just being stupid. And the tweet it says 100 or so free agents left unsigned, systems broken. They blame rebuilding, but that's BS. You're telling me you couldn't sign Bryce or Manny for 10 years and go from there. Seems like a good place to start to rebuild to me. 26 to 36 is a great performance window too. And I can understand where he's coming from. I get it. You're a player, you got to pump out other players and help them with contracts. They're a union, they got to stay together. But Verlander, you look stupid saying this. So stupid. We already know, it's been pretty much confirmed that Bryce Harper was offered a 10-year contract, $300 million from the Nationals. He, as a player, chose to turn that down. He chose to turn that down, test free agency. Free agency now is showing that is not where the rest of the league wants to be at with his contract, with his pay scale. And I can't blame them. He's a good player, but I honestly don't consider him a top 10 player in the league right now. I know a lot of people argue with me on that, but I don't think he's top 10. He has the potential to be top 10, but right now he's not. Right now, I wouldn't put him as one of my top 10 players. And so to put that kind of contract out there, yes, it may be the prime of his career, but 10-year contracts are a risk. And they don't work out. Rarely do they work out. Albert Pujols with the Angels. Look how that one's going. Now, once again, Albert was older. I understand that. But I think Pujols was a better talent, a more accomplished hitter than Harper is. Robinson Cano with the Mariners. Look how that one turned out. No playoff appearances, and he's already been shipped off to the Mets, for really nothing, just, contract relief. So one player doesn't make a playoff team. One player doesn't make a World Series team. It takes an entire team, and Verlander should know this, that one player, yes, helps, but it doesn't make a team. So if you're rebuilding, why would you put all of your money into one player and then hurt yourself with building other players, with doing other things? I don't get where he's coming from, and that bothers me that he thinks that, teams aren't trying to sign these guys. They are. Some of the teams are offering 4 and 5 year contracts that are really good contracts, that if a player realized the market and determined that, hey, this is what I'm going to get, they'd sign already, because those offers, I'm guessing, are pretty good deals. There's a lot of teams. I'm willing to bet that half of baseball right now would say, hey, if Harper and Machado were willing to go to a 5-year contract, teams would jump in right now and start the bidding war. It wouldn't even hesitate. I mean, the Giants with Harper right now, it's rumored that they're talking with him, but they want a short-term contract, like 4 or 5 years, which is really not that short. And if Harper's still in his prime, he can get another 4-year contract after that for a decent amount of money. Other teams, the White Sox are offering contracts to these guys. The Phillies are. The Yankees, I'm sure, were willing to. These guys are so locked in saying that I'm worth 10 years, $350, $400 million, that it's hurting them. It's actually hurting them. And they're not realizing that they need to just look where the market is and go with that. 10-year contracts aren't going to happen anymore. Unless it's Mike Trout signing a 10-year contract right now, I don't think there's anyone else in baseball that's going to get a 10-year contract. Trout is the only player that I think I could see a team willing to go that direction. That's it. That's it. Not Harper, not Machado. Because if they get hurt, you're screwed. If they are a cancer in the clubhouse, which I don't know if Machado or Harper are, but it sometimes seems like it, you have them for 10 years. You can't get out of those things without giving up a lot of stuff. So first of all, Verlander saying that, these guys have gotten offers. It's not the owner's fault that these guys aren't signed. It's the players and the agents. They overvalue themselves. They really have. Because once again, we know that Harper's got a 10-year offer that he turned down. So I don't care about that. And then the next tweet I want to look at is Christian Yelich, and from everything I can see, Yelich is awesome. He's a great baseball player. He's doing a lot of great things down in California, helping those who are affected by the wildfires. Seems like a really cool dude. But he's talking about here that there's people that he's talking about David Sampson, which is that relationship is a troubled one. I'm sure. But he says consistent with your anti-player rhetoric, but adjusting to this new reality isn't exactly the solution either. And I know the players are really trying to put the blame on the owners, and I get it. Does it cost a lot of money to go to a game? Yes, it does. Too much for me to really even take my family. We didn't go to a Mariner game at all last year. Highly unlikely I go to a game this year either, because tickets are too much, price for parking. It's 2.5 hours away, so if it's a night game, it's hard to drive back home. Going to have to get motel plus food and everything. It's expensive. It's downright expensive for me to take my family up there just for regular bleacher seats. They're like $15 to $20 a game for a team that hasn't made the playoffs in 17, 18 years. I have to pay 60 to 80 bucks for bleacher seats in center field. I'm not going to do that. And then if I have to pay for parking, that's 30, 40, 50 bucks depending on what game I'm going to. It's just too much. It's too much for me to take my family. And even if I drive home, talking about driving home at midnight, 1 o'clock, I'm a morning person. Driving at night is not fun. I don't enjoy it. So I have to get a motel room, which is more pain and more just frustration because then you got to buy food on the road and breakfast and all that stuff. So going to a baseball game, Major League Baseball game, costs a ton. And do I blame the owners for that? Yeah, I do to some extent. But at the same time, their job as owners is to make a profit. Baseball is a business. Whether it's college baseball, wood bat league, Major League Baseball, minor league baseball, heck, even little leagues are a business. Now, they're nonprofits. For the most part, I think all of them are nonprofits, but they're still a business. You can't run a nonprofit organization like a little league, spend $100,000, but only get $50,000 in. Your league shuts down. That's plain and simple. You've got to, break even, make a profit. And these guys, the owners, that's their business. It is a business for them. Yes, winning does bring in extra money. I'm sure that if you win a championship, you get a lot of merchandise sales and can raise ticket prices and all those things. But in the end, their job is to make money. That's what the owners do. They are trying to make money. And so to be anti-owner, I can't be anti-owner completely. To some extent I can. Once again, I think ticket prices are way out of control for a lot of teams. But at the same time, people are still paying to go. And I know the players, they want to share that profit, part of that revenue. That makes sense. They're the product on the field. But at the same time, you can't demand 10-year contracts, if the market doesn't determine that. And I know, going back to Verlander, he's saying there's 100 free agents out there. Well, how many of those free agents are actually worth signing? I'm a free agent. No one's signing me. I'm not worth playing Major League, minor league, or any level of baseball at this point other than rec league down, at the ballpark. So because there's 100 free agents doesn't mean anything to me. Because those 100 free agents may not be worth a Major League roster spot. So, it is what it is. And, I hope that things will figure things out. Guys will sign, but I don't feel sorry for Harper. I don't feel sorry for Machado. That's just the way it is. And I think a lot of people are getting that point too. They're blaming the owners less and blaming the players more, and that's bad for the players. If they lose the fan support, they're going to be in a world of hurt. Because if they do go to a lockout or a strike in a few years, the owners are going to have more support from the fans if this trend continues. So that's just my 2 cents. That's my thought. Guys, I'm Josh, and I know it all, coming to you live right now, asking the question, who really cares? So you guys have a good day. Enjoy baseball.